All right, y'all, so another staircase lesson right here that we have. I'm gonna start calling these staircase lessons. Y'all like that name? Leave a comment in the comment section. All right, so look, another raw and uncut video for you to help you in your real estate investing business. Again, I appreciate each and every single one of you who support this channel, helping this channel grow and helping the real estate investing community be able to get the information that they need as well. But what I wanted to bring up today, I wanted to talk to you about key performance indicators. They call them KPIs if you're wholesaling real estate. We're going to talk about what to look for when it comes to KPIs, your key performance indicators in your real estate investing business coming up. Hey everybody, it's Jamel Gibbs. Welcome to another video training. Listen, today I want to talk to you about key performance indicators. I get a lot of questions in regards to what KPIs you should be looking for when it comes to scaling your real estate business, or at least understanding the numbers. You know, marketing is all about statistics. It's about understanding numbers to be able to dictate how much money you're going to make on a deal. You know, and before we actually jump into that, one thing I want to mention is if you're just starting out, you don't have a team and you're doing everything yourself, you want to run a profit and loss statement on a monthly basis with an accountant. And when you run your profit and loss statement, what's going to happen is you're going to be looking for how much money you're actually making, how much profit you're actually bringing in as a wholesaler. Typically, you're going to be on a higher end if you have less team members, and then that number is going to slowly dwindle down as you add more team members. Now, a healthy wholesaling business will typically see profits of around 30 to 40% of the income that's coming into the business. So what that means is if you're bringing in, let's just say $100,000 a year in gross revenue, your real profits, your net profits should be somewhere around $30,000 to $40,000 a year. But another thing you want to keep in mind is you have team members that you're paying. So for each team member that you bring in, that team member should be worth anywhere from $300,000 to $500,000 in revenue on an annual basis. But what I typically look for is about a 35 to 40% profit margin in my wholesale business. Okay, and that will typically allow me to know that we have a healthy wholesale business, healthy profits in my wholesale business. But how do we get to the profits in the first place? There's certain key performance indicators that you want to understand in order to be able to dictate how much money you're going to bring in. So let's just say, for example, I want to bring in $1 million a year wholesaling real estate. There's a way using key performance indicators that you can literally dictate that $1 million, and you know when you're going to hit the number. So the first key performance indicator that you need to understand in order to be able to dictate your income is the average profit per deal. On a nationwide scale, the average profit per deal, if you look at all markets across America, is right around $8,000 to $10,000. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that needs to be your particular number. You can literally do deals that will only provide you with a certain amount of income per deal. So for example, if I said, look, I don't want to do deals that's going to bring me $5,000, I'm only doing deals that I can wholesale and make $20,000 on, then my average profit per deal would then be $20,000. So you can kind of dictate what that number is. The only way to really figure out that number, besides you dictating what that number is by actually closing a couple of deals and then averaging the amount out across the board for the deals that you've actually closed in your market. But again, you can choose to do a deal or not to do a deal based off of how much profit you decide to make. So again, the first KPI you want to know is your average profit per deal. The second thing that you need to know when it comes to your key performance indicators is the cost per lead. Now, the reason why you want to understand the cost per lead is because you want to know how much it's going to cost for you, how much money you're spending whether it be cold calling, direct mail, text messaging, anything that you did, any type of marketing that you decide to do, you need to understand how much money you're dishing out in order to be able to get one lead. So for example, in my business, it will typically take one cold caller about 3,000 phone calls to get one closed deal. So what you really want to know are how many phone calls did you make to get a certain amount of leads? How many leads did you get to get a certain amount of contracts? How many contracts did you get to the closed deal? You really want to find out, you want to pay close attention to how much money you're actually spending, whether it be to your cold caller, whether it be on a postcard campaign, whether it be on a text blast campaign, ringless voicemail, whatever it is that you're doing. If you're running Facebook ads, it doesn't matter. How much money did it cost for you to get a lead? Tip number 3, you need to understand the average cost per deal. Now, we just spoke a little bit about this in tip number 2. This is kind of related to it, but it's not the same thing. So the difference between the cost per lead and the cost per deal is when you use the cost per lead, you're only averaging the amount it costs you to get an offer on a plate or to get a lead on a plate. When you're taking into account the cost per deal, what you're doing in essence is finding out how much it costs for you to actually get a deal closed, a signed contract. So let's just say, for example, it costs you $3,500 to get one deal closed, or it costs you $1,000 to get one deal closed. Then you know that every time you spend $1,000, then you're going to get a deal closed. You're going to make money. And again, if your average profit per deal is around $10,000, that means for every $1,000 you spend, you'll make $10,000 back. So that's an important key performance indicator. Now, the only way to really get a clear understanding of what these key performance indicators are is to go out there and actually take action. You have to work the numbers, see what's working for you in your market. You have to understand the average profit so you know what to expect. You have to understand the average cost per lead so you know how many leads it's going to take for you to get to a closed deal. Then you have to understand the average cost per deal so you know how much money you're going to make on the other end. So if it costs you, let's just say $25, $30, even $100 to get one lead, and if I told you that you needed to make 25 offers to get a deal, and it costs you $100 to get that lead, typically you're going to spend $2,500 to get one deal closed to make $10,000 back. I hope that makes sense. So these are all different numbers that you really want to get a clearer understanding of in order to understand your key performance indicators in your business. Again, the average profit per deal, the average cost per lead, the average cost per deal, and then understanding the different modalities when it comes to the average cost per deal. If you understand these numbers, all of those numbers collectively, you can literally decide to scale your business and you can literally dictate how much money you're going to make on an annual basis. If you want me to go into more detail on this, I know this is a little advanced for some newbie real estate investors, but it's important for you to understand. But if you want me to do more lessons on how to understand the KPIs, let me know in the comment section, because at the end of the day, these are important numbers that you need to understand in order to be able to go from where you are to where you truly want to go and be able to dictate your income while you're doing it in your wholesaling business. Now, this works in creative investing as well, but that's another video for another day. Listen, like this video if you truly do like it. Subscribe to this channel if you're not already. Click the notification bell. Leave a comment. Let me know if you still have questions regarding this particular topic, and we can go into a little more detail on it. Talk to you later. Peace.